Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a great and wonderful day. And now we're going to be talking about a bit of immigration that has been going on in other places of the world. Now, don't get me wrong, this has not really much to do with a lot of the U.S. because I like to focus mostly on the U.S. type of BS that's happening here in our own country. However, this is directly related to our country in this sense because we're having the very similar situations happen, which are in Chicago, New York, LA even, and Texas, Arizona, and of course one of the biggest thing that's going on right now is the New York City type stuff where the people are actually getting quite angry about it. So this has a lot of related to it, and I want to go over it with you guys, and hopefully I can get this done within 13 minutes so I can really show it to you. I'm going to show a little bit of the videos so that way everybody can kind of get to know what's happening here. So we have this here, Amemek, Great Replacement, Invasion of Italy. A brawl erupted with Saudis and Guineans throwing stones at each other shortly after storming the shores of Lampedusa. The Sudanese invaders wanted to board the ship to Sicily first and avoid mingling with the Guineans. Are Italians so naive as to believe these illegals will seamlessly integrate into and positively contribute to their society? And this is one thing that I have to understand with a lot of people as well, is that when you have an illegal increase of people that are coming into your country and you're seemingly to thinking that nothing bad is going to happen, you're sadly mistaken. I think this video here will kind of show exactly what's going on. I don't want to show all of it, by the way, because I want to get this video done in a timely manner.
Via, forza!
Qual è il problema? Vogliono unire con questi qua. Allora loro lo dicono. Va bene, allora fai loro vorrebbero entrare ma non li fanno entrare, va bene.
People need to understand that a lot of these people that are coming from these areas and other very bad cultures are from third world countries, and mostly from third world countries you have a lot of dictatorship, a lot of control, and people leave these places to go to better places. So it's not really a surprise that these people are acting kind of like animals in this sense because, well, they have to act like animals to survive in those other countries. We have this from Sovereign Bra here. A couple of thousand years ago, if 10,000 military-aged males from a foreign had land descended upon an Italian island filled with women and children, they would have been met swiftly with swords and bloodshed. Men would have fought to the death to protect their land and their loved ones. Today, most European men won't even risk the death of their public reputation from being accused of xenophobia to protect their land and their loved ones. They won't speak up against all of this because they fear losing their jobs for being too right-wing. Thousands of years of protective instincts driven deep into our DNA, completely neutralized by the media in just one generation. Insane how effective the psyops have been. I didn't like to black people, but most people won't wake up until it's far too late and Europe is thrust into chaos. With thousands of migrants crossing our border daily, the same problem will unfold here in America too. Exactly. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to show people this particular video here. Because as you see this is an ungodly amount of people. Now, as this person has said here, and has said, back in the day when you had thousands of people coming into your country without good proper vetting and all this stuff, you get this type of situation. And when you get this type of situation, you get, well, people that want to come harm to your country. You can't have 10,000 people enter your country and expect them to all be nice or not want to invade it. I mean, eventually when you have X amount of people coming into your country and they have built up enough force, they will start a revolution. They will start a fight. They will start something so they can have a country that they can own themselves. I mean, this is kind of normal for human nature. It's a secret planning that they can do. And the only reason why they would want to come here is for, complete control, because their country is shit. And they'll turn their own other country into shit. And here's the realization that people need to start understanding. When black people were brought here by ship in the 1800s, 1700s, etc., you kind of get to understand what's going on. The black and African people sold their own people for jewelry and stuff like this, and petty things that their own people, right? Now, we have almost 200, 300 plus years later, and these people have not really advanced hardly at all. They're still third world countries. They still have very bad tendencies in this generation, and they haven't evolved past this certain point. South Africa has been known that they have fallen, and they didn't really much progress too much outside of that. Africa is also not the greatest place to be. So if we go from this, they have advanced to some point of level. However, they have not advanced at the rate that Europe, Canada, or what the U.S. has progressed in our span of 200-something so years. Remember, the U.S. has not been on this earth for very long, guys. Like, we have barely been on this planet. If we go down to the actual time scale with our planet, really, we don't really exist in that timeline. 250 years is nothing. And yes, we have made mistakes. We have caused issues. We have had racism. However, we as a country have improved in many of those years. And to say that we haven't is just completely asinine. We have to defend what we have, and we got to prevent these people from going in. As has said here, we have 10K military aged men storming an Italian island in a span of 3 days, outnumber the 6K who live there. This is happening all across the West, but more on a subtle scale. Western civilization, as we know it, will be gone within a generation. Yes, exactly. So, again, we have Barack Obama. He's right. Barack Obama did start a lot of this stuff to begin with. And we have when we have this type of stuff. Now, 10K military men with 6K people that live there, they overpower 4K of them. Now, I don't know if you guys play any RTS games, but normally in every instance, which is probably, this is just easy for people to understand. I'm just kind of explaining for the people that don't understand the reality of what 10K versus 6K is. In 10K, in an RTS game, that's a matter of a lot of troops. And unless your troops are very highly trained, and you have a vast more of, artillery and stuff for them, or way more advanced than them, 10K is a lot, and 4K is a lot. And they can easily take over your group of people if given the chance. So this is the problem that you have here. They can easily take over that one little area. There's still more going on here, so I'm going to show this to you. So, again, we have this here. In Los Buzos, there are more Africans and Italians, and that is disturbing. That shouldn't be a thing, all right? And we have this here. The situation in Italy is out of control. Transfer from Laputa to Bologna, Tunisian, and Nigerian immigrants clash harshly for ethnic reasons. Soon, this will be happening in your neighborhood in Europe. So, again, this is showing exactly what's going on here in Europe and other places because you're allowing these illegals to go through here. These people are not what we have for society, right? These people are not what you would want in your own country causing these issues. And this is the reality of our world. People want to go with emotion, and they want to lead with just emotion. And with emotion, you're saying, allow these people in here, allow this, allow that. Well, guess what? These other people do not work on our same actual culture environments. They just don't. They are from these third world countries, and they will do what they do in those third world countries. And news flash for everyone around, for people that are new to this, or probably don't realize how society or the real world works. Here's the one thing. Other countries are racist towards other people and other ethnic groups. This is just the reality of things. So I'm not going to go and say and defend and go say racism is okay, because it's definitely not. But other countries are very racist towards other people. As you can see here, they're fighting for ethnic reasons. What is ethnic really? Is other ethnicity and racist people really coming in. So what we see here is not a form of happiness or joy or non-racial stuff. There's a lot of the things that are happening within our country that will be better. And we're going to get to our part of the country too. We have this here. Thousands of the migrants on the Italian island of Lampedusa have decided to break out of the temporary asylum center and are now building roadblocks as a protest against the authorities. They demand to be allowed to go to mainland Europe immediately. So what we're going to see here is just these people, as we have built roadblocks. They have done things that, you know, maybe wouldn't be very acceptable in our own culture, right? Where these people have built roadblocks and they're trying to go against authorities. So, when you have these people coming into your country and they're doing these things, do you think that these people want the best benefit for your people, the best benefit of your culture, your own country? No. They want to be allowed and they demand to be into Europe immediately. They're going and they're protesting and creating roadblocks against the authorities. So they want to. So eventually, they may want to go in by force, and that means they will try to go in and take over your country again. Something that we would see here back in this area here, right? So, again, we're not seeing anything great here. We also have this. The African invaders launched nautical rockets at the Italian police and flee, but are chased and captured. In a normal country, they would have been sent back to Africa. But instead, they were not arrested and are free to commit other crimes in Europe. So, yes, this is what we see here. They're doing this type of stuff and committing all these crimes and stuff like that. And this is the problem that we have here. And these people, again, they were not released. They were not put back into Africa. They were released and still in Europe. So, that being said, are these people really benefit to your culture and to your country? I don't think so. Again, we have here where these people care little for you guys. They care very little for what you have as a culture, and they will commit all these crimes and these things happening here. We have this. Now, this is with what's going on in our own country, guys. So, be it as it may. Fox News sources capture a Ferromex train bursting with migrants out of Zacatecas, heading to our southern border right now, cheering and clearly not heeding the message. Do not come. Yes. So, these are people coming into our country. Obviously, looks like it seems like some sort of invasion, right? And guess what? The people you can blame for this is the Biden administration. These people are coming into our country, and it doesn't look like they're here to be very nice to us. We have this here. This is insane. A real estate developer has created a third world city right here in Texas for thousands of illegal aliens. The Rio Daily Wire's Spencer Lindquist flew a helicopter over Colony Ridge, Texas, which is 40 miles north of Houston, near the size of Washington, D.C., and home to 75,000 people. The developer, Trey Harris, gives illegals direct home loans so they don't need social security numbers. It is also full of gang activity and has become a strategic hub for the Gulf and Sinaloa cartels. The report also says its population could soon reach 200,000. Texas Republicans must shut this down immediately, 100%. And there's going to be bloodshed. There's going to be war. There is going to be a massive issue here. Look at this. This is insane. This is insanity. That's what it is. That's on our soil. This is on our soil, guys. Then we have this, inside Colony Ridge. The fastest growing development in the U.S. is a magnet for illegal immigrants. A Texas land developer has established a sprawling settlement north of Houston where thousands of illegal immigrants are believed to have settled, raising concerns among experts and elected officials that the development 400 miles in the interior of the United States could become a strategic asset for cartels. Located in Liberty County, Texas, near the small town of Plume Grove, the Colony Ridge development is a sprawling community that, based on an analysis of publicly available information, is now over 60 square miles and nearly the size of the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Its population is estimated to be anywhere near 50,000 to 75,000, and is growing rapidly thanks to a marketing plan targeted at Texas Hispanic population. So, what we see here is that these places are all terrible. These are not people that are wanting to come into our country any form. This is horrible. And the Biden administration has created this. Now, I don't want to go through too far into this because this is a very long article and it's showing exactly what's going on. And I don't want this video to be too long for everybody to involved. However, what you're seeing here is the invasion of all these people. These people are coming into our country, and it seems that they have no other reason to come into our country and possibly cause harm to it. We need to stop this illegal immigration. We need to stop these people coming into our country. They want to cause harm. And I'm not a person that hates people or have any xenophobic tendencies, all right? I want more people to come into our country legally and to better our country. However, these people are not bettering our country. They are causing harm to it. They want to eradicate our own culture, and we cannot stand for it. So, are we xenophobic for not wanting illegals coming into our country, or do we just want to protect what we have, what we love, and what we hold dear? We don't need sympathy anymore. We need hardship. We need masculine energy to stop this stuff. I'm sorry, women, but your own type of emotional bondage, your own emotions, it's not going to solve the problem, and we're going to lead us down into further decay and destruction. Alright guys, that's it for a video. Rock, share. As always, take care.